Yo, what's up, Aquarius? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of May 2018. Aquarius, a lot of important astrology happening this month. We've got a new moon that's going to occur mid-month, and then on the same day, we have your ruler, Uranus, which is changing signs. So this is huge, Aquarius. And Uranus is very important because without Uranus, there would be no future, there would be no technology, there would be no social media. So especially how this is going to affect your life. I'm going to talk about this more later in the forecast. And then there's a full moon at the end of the month. And throughout the month of May 2018, the sun is going to be in an area for you, Aquarius, that has to do with your home life. So there is going to be more of a focus on your home life. There's going to be more of a focus of you just wanting to kick your feet back and relax. And you might not feel like going out as much as you usually do. If you're going to see anybody, maybe you want to just have company over to your place. That's going to be the theme for the first 3 weeks of May 2018. And maybe you won't want to have anybody over at all. Maybe you just want to relax and get some rest at home. And then the sun is going to shift on May 20th, and it's going to move into an area that has to do, it's a more of an upbeat area. It's an area that's about having fun. It's an area that's about being bold. It's an area that has to do with romance. So there's going to be more of an upbeat tone following May 20th, but for the first 3 weeks, Aquarius, just take it easy, relax at home, kick your feet back. But those are the main themes for you, Aquarius, for the month of May 2018. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on May 1st, Venus will aspect Saturn, which is retrograding. This one might be a secret attraction that you have for somebody. So Venus is the planet of love. It's transiting on May 1st. It's transiting your sector that has to do with your love life. So potentially some of you do have a secret attraction because Saturn's in your sector of secrets and it's retrograding. You might be R for retrograde, R for reviewing how you feel about the situation maybe. For others of you, if you're already seeing somebody or if you're already coupled up, then this might be a day where maybe you do want to enjoy some romance in private with your lover, whoever's in your love alliance with you. And others of you, maybe this is you feeling restricted. Maybe you do love somebody, maybe you have somebody in your love life, but Saturn's there. Saturn can indicate some restriction sometimes. So potentially you do feel a little bit blocked from this person for some reason. On May 6th, the sun will aspect Neptune. And this is a great one for the area of where you earn your money is being somehow integrated with your home life. So, I don't know if all of you have the opportunity to work from home. If some of you do, that might be something that you would enjoy. Now, others of you, this might have to do with, where Neptune is, it's in the area of where you earn your money. So, potentially with Neptune there, some of you might be creating some sort of like fantasy or, you're basically just, your imagination is really powerful, and potentially some of you are creating situations or scenarios that they really aren't grounded in reality. So you just got to try to reel that in a little bit. You might see that right around May 6th. And overall, this is a good one for, your work life and your home life. I think that everything should be running pretty smoothly right around May 6th. On May 11th, the sun will aspect Pluto. So, this has to do more with, potentially behind the scenes interaction you have with somebody at home, potentially maybe. For others of you, this is more about trying to understand the way you feel about a home life situation on a deeper level. So I don't know if maybe some of you have a family situation going on. I'm not saying that's the case for all of you, but if you're trying to figure out what to do with a family situation or home life situation, this is a time where you can go pretty deep within yourself. And this is an area that has to do where the sun is going to be on May 11th. It has to do with the way you feel about it. So, you are a sign that has a lot to do with thought. So, potentially you might be overthinking it a little bit. Try to just trust your gut and go with how you feel. On May 15th, there's going to be a new moon, and it's going to hit on May 15th, the 6 months that follow May 15th. I'm not saying all Aquarians are going to be going to a new location or to a new zip code or address, but some of you might. So in the 6 months that follow May 15th, if you have an opportunity to go somewhere new or live somewhere new, maybe that's something you'd really enjoy. Now, others of you, this just could be like a new process that's being integrated into your existing home life, or maybe this has to do if you want to spruce up your place or do a renovation or, get some furniture or, whatever you're doing. So, potentially it's going to be differently for all of you, but you can expect something new about your home life, your family situation coming down the pike in the 6 months that follow May 15th. Also on May 15th, your ruler Uranus is going to be shifting into your sector of home life and family. So I'm going to talk about exactly what this, how this is going to move through the sky first, and then what it means astrologically. So on May 15th, Uranus will shift out of your sector of communication. It will move into your sector of home and family. And then on August 7th, it's going to start to retrograde in the sector of home and family. And it'll retrograde so much that on November 6th, it's going to move out of your sector of home and family and back into your sector of communication. And then eventually it'll move forward again. It'll start to move forward. It'll move direct again. And eventually it'll move into your sector of home and family again next year, where it'll stay there until, or not stay there, but it'll transit that sector of the sky until April 26th, 2026. So this is a whole new chapter that's coming in for your home life, Aquarius. And Uranus is the planet of the future. So we would not, once again, like I said in the beginning of the forecast, without you and without the sign of Aquarius and without the planet Uranus, there would be no future. There would be no technology. So this is very important. Uranus is very important, shaping the future. And this has to do with your home life situation with this shift. And, up until April 26, 2026, this is a long process, but, you might be developing in a way that's a little bit more futuristic. Like I said, you are the sign of the future. So this being in your home life situation, maybe you want to pick somewhere to live that's, it's more modern potentially. For some of you, maybe even a little bit more futuristic. Now, Uranus is the planet of the unexpected. So some of you might be a little bit unpredictable, to whoever you live with. So maybe you live with if you do live with somebody, this person might feel that you're very unpredictable. So that's just the nature of the planet. I mean, Uranus is the planet of the unexpected. Now, Uranus is very unconventional too. So I think that's kind of great because, who wants the boring status quo? Embrace being unconventional, especially in your home life, in your family situation. Uranus is also the planet of ingenuity and innovation. So, potentially your home could be a place of ingenuity. It could be a place of innovation. Potentially you're going to be utilizing some kind of technology in your home, some of you. Like I said, it's a long transit. So if you don't see it right away, Uranus is going to be established in this area until April 26, 2026. So it's a long time. On May 18th, Mercury will positively aspect Saturn, and this is having conversations potentially with somebody in your family. It might be behind the scenes conversation potentially. Others of you just might be talking about, family matter or home life situation. On May 22nd, Jupiter will aspect Chiron. Chiron has to do with being overly sensitive, making too big of a deal out of something that's really not that big of a deal. Some of you might be oversensitive about your career for some reason. Now, Jupiter is retrograding, so once it starts to move forward again in summer, so it's going to start to move forward again on July 10th. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It's a very positive planet. It's very buoyant. So I think that once Jupiter starts to move forward again on July 10th, you should see a lot more of a positive outcome for what's happening with your professional life. I think right now with the Jupiter retrograding, it's just, it's kind of a time for review. It's a time for maybe for you to for retrograde or for rethink how you want to proceed with the next step of your career. But I really think something positive is going to happen for your career, for your professional situation. You may have to wait until after July 10th to really see that start to come to fruition. And on May 26th, Venus will oppose Saturn, which is retrograding. So, you have Venus and Saturn on opposite ends of the sky. So they're exactly opposite from each other. And with this influence, it's like some of you are just exhausted. You just need to get some rest, some of you. You are a very active person. Your mind is very sharp. And this would just suggest that you really could benefit from some downtime, Aquarius. Where Saturn is would imply that maybe you do really need to get some rest. And, Venus is in your sector of work, on May 26th when it's opposing Saturn. So, potentially this is a good time for you to be diplomatic in your exchanges in the workplace. Potentially some of you have the capability of smoothing things over. So, if there's any ruffled feathers, you do have the ability to smooth things over. You are a savvy communicator. I mean, Aquarius, you are an air sign, so it's all about intellect, it's all about talk, it's all about thought. And you can really get your message across in a way that's helpful for everyone. And on May 29th, there's going to be a full moon. And this full moon has to do with your friendships. So there might be a development in your friendships of some sort, or potentially some of you might get really active on social media. Potentially, maybe some of you are going to be more involved with the utilization of technology. This is a time for ingenuity. This is a time for innovation. This is a time for being unconventional. So what is everybody doing? Everyone's doing things the same way. Change it up. So this area is associated where the full moon's hitting. This area for you, this area has to do with your ruler Uranus. So this could be you changing things up, doing things differently. Maybe you go against the grain a little bit, but that's not so bad. Thank you very much for watching this video, Aquarius. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram, Gregory Furlan Astrology. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.